Now then YouTube, I'm the TOFF man and welcome back to some more Mekanism and RFTools Unite. We're on episode number 16 today, following straight off from the last episode. So if you've made any comments or suggestions, guys, I haven't got them just yet, but I will get to them soon. Okay, so last episode we created the programmer, we created a whole lot of RFTools stuff, which is over in the Ender spawner room over there. And we're going to make a program today, or at least hopefully make a program today. We'll have to see. So, event Redstone on is where we're going to be starting with in this particular thing. Basically, when you receive a redstone signal on a certain side, start doing something. So, on here, we're going to get this to the side of, well, that's that way, so it'll be the north side. So let's change that side. North, good, thank you. And do it single, yes please, I only want you to do it once, so true. If you do it false, it allows you to do it multiple times, but we only want to do it once, which is true. And so that is going to emit a redstone signal. Does absolutely nothing else but emit a redstone signal at this moment in time. So I'm just using the filter here to filter down to items. And we want to move items around. And you can only do this one way. You can take things from an inventory into the processor and then out of the processor into another inventory. It has to use that middle ground. So the first thing we want to do is fetch items. So we want to take items out of inventory, put it into the processor. And it needs you to do a certain, number of things here. So inventory adjacent to the block to access storage. Yes, okay, the node name, which was potatoes. Was it not? I think it was. And that will access from any side. It would be from up. No, it would be from up because it's above the node. Is the thing for that. And it will access basically like a furnace. You can put stuff into the top slot, you can put stuff into the bottom slot, and you can take stuff out of something from the side. But this access is pretty much anywhere. So we want to leave that as the star. That is now done there. Slot in inventory. So that's the slot in the inventory that you want to take it from. It's optional, and we're going to leave it like that because it'll take it from anywhere. But that's what we want it to do. Item to fetch. Now you can actually drop an item in here if you so wish. There's no point doing that because there is literally just potatoes inside there. So we're going to leave that as is. Amount. Now this is very, I think it does somewhere around about 1.7 potatoes per spawn. So if we say 40, I want to take 40 potatoes from there. Slot out. So the internal processor slot. The potatoes that get taken out of the thing, where in the processor is it going to put them? Well, we're going to put them in slot 0. Or dictionary routable, we don't need any of that, and now that is ready and raring to go. So we can save this now. Card name. Oh, we can put card name, can we? Let's save this as... What should we save it as? Living matter. Okay, so here's the program for living matter. Let's, it's always night time. It is literally always night time. Okay, sleep, and then let's pop round and we'll see how this is going to work. We'll pop this in here. Now it does need to go up there, and you need to also allocate a resource slot. So of course we've already said take the potatoes and put them into slot 0, but we're going to go ahead and do the whole top row there, so 0, 1 and 2. And we're going to leave that as is. Now, oh no, hang on a minute, I've got the side wrong, look. It's actually from the east, not the north. We're going to have to go and mess around with this a little bit and change this to the other side. So there we want to, oh, it's this one, isn't it? So it's east. East. Close, save, take that out. Okay, so that is now done. Let's pop that into the processor And when we press this button down here, let's put that over there. When we press this button down here, which of course is linked to that, we should have taken some potatoes out of there and put them into slot 1 on here. We haven't. Why? Net setup TOFF. 2 nodes. Okay, let's try that again, just in case I've messed up here. I did set this up right, I'm pretty sure I did. Give me a second, guys, to troubleshoot this. Alright guys, I think I fixed it, and it was a very noobish mistake. I forgot the fact that you needed a CPU core inside this as well to be able to make it run. Otherwise, it can't do anything, quite obviously. So, the program card was in there. Now, I've changed the number of that from 40 as well, because there isn't 40 in here. If I press the button, there's nothing left in the potato box. Yes, there we go. Now we've got potatoes that have gone into here. Now let me take that out. That is just a quick example of taking things out of an inventory. Let's put it into the inventory of this one over here. So, what did I call this one? Living matter in. Okay. It would be nice. Oh, you know, it's always nighttime. It's always. It does help if I don't get things wrong, and I have to mess around and all day, and then it becomes nighttime. So let me carry on with this one. Load that up, make sure it's right. So we've fetched items. We want to then move the items. So we want to push items from here into another inventory, which is of course going to be the matter beamer. So inventory adjacent to the network block are empty to access storage. What? Slot for inventory. I think slot in. Right, okay. Inventory adjacent to the block. Well, it'll be inside the thing. Or is that where to send it to? No? Maybe? I'm pretty sure it's not. It's optional. Those two are optional. Obviously, the amount is optional as well. But the slot in which internal processor slot for input. Okay. What the heck? Slot in. I think it's this one. Networked. Maybe? Maybe? Right, let's try it anyway. Living matter in. Side relative to the processor or node for the delighted. Right, okay. Up. Want it to go up. Access any slot. It should just put them in there anyway. Like that. Slot. We don't really need a slot. We don't need an amount either. Because we're just going to... We leave that blank and it ends up doing a stack if you leave it blank, I believe. Slot in. Internal processor slot for input. Right. That would be 0, I would presume. Save. Now, the reason why it would be 0 is because that is the slot of which the items are in the machine. So let's try this out, guys. This could go drastically wrong. Let's get all of the potatoes out of there and just put, oops, half a stack in there of what we've got. Let's pop that in there, and then let's press the button. It took them out. Did it put them in? It did. There we go. Oh, jeepers. These are absolutely mental, these Endermen nowadays. There we go. 2 more Ender Pearls, guys. That's fantastic. And it's going to go ahead and put more living matter in there, should any become available. Guys, this is very, very basic. Extremely basic. I'm probably about as involved into this as I'm probably going to get, to be honest, because RFTools Control, it is a brilliant mod, but it's way over my head with some of the stuff that you can do with this. Really is way over my head. Now, eventually what's going to happen, guys, of course, is the potatoes are going to come steaming through. They're going to come into the barrel. I'm going to want a void upgrade on there, I would think. Maybe an upgrade, a storage upgrade in there first, but I would want a void upgrade. Alright, what are we doing? Oh, it's full. Why are you not transferring then? Why you no transfer? Potatoes. Eject on. Why are you not transferring out? Well guys, I have absolutely no idea what's happened. I really don't know. I've been racking my brains here for ages trying to think of where something went wrong. I've changed things around and reset everything back and nothing. Absolutely nothing. Interestingly enough, let me go and take a look. This will tell me whether or not it's a problem with the entangler parters or whether or not it is a problem with the way that it's set up. So I need a chest, please. Have we got a chest kicking around? We haven't, but it shouldn't be too hard to craft one. There we go. I thought that maybe it was because I locked it. No, not because I locked it. I unlocked it, did nothing. And I really don't know. I honestly just don't know. So if I put this here... See, it's a problem with the entangler parters. I don't know what it is. Strict input off. Side items eject. I really don't know. It was working, and now it's just not, and I don't understand why. Alright guys, it's a new dawn, it's a new day for me, so I am back. And I decided that I was going to try to fix this issue that I was having, because it was really, really annoying me. So I went and I did a few different things, guys, and I messed around with it and tried to find out what was wrong. I found out what was wrong. At least I think I found out what was wrong. So I moved it up here because I thought it'd be easier to see if it actually gets, you know, sent out and what have you from here. And I put a chest down. And thank God I did put that chest down because there it was, guys. 4 poisonous potatoes. I think those were actually clogging up the entire system. So we're going to have to put in a little something over there that deals with poisonous potatoes. And I do believe that has indeed fixed it. I couldn't believe it, guys. Couldn't believe it. Now, I do apologise if my voice sounds a little bit strange, guys. I have got a little bit of a cough coming on. But we should be okay. We should be okay to finish this episode. It's going to be great. So, coming through here, guys, there is simply this right next to it. Now, that should, in theory, work. Although, yeah, there's four poisonous potatoes. We'll just keep an eye on it. At the moment, in there's 210 potatoes. So, of course, if we take a look at... What was it? It was in here, isn't it? And that changes that. So that's... yeah, okay, so it's working. It's absolutely fine. So, great. We'll leave that to do its business. We'll let that, you know, go up and start putting some more bits and bobs into the... into the thing. I know what sense I'm making. We'll let that put more and more potatoes into that drawer right there, and then we'll come over later on and we'll start beating the living daylights out of the Endermen that are kicking around. But guys, we've spent enough time on doing that. As confusing as it is, we've spent enough time on doing that. So let's start on something else. Okay, to finish this episode off, guys, I'm going to start sorting out some of this. Now, as you can see, we've got a ton of copper, iron, and gold, all of which is clogging up this. We've got to storage now. We've got contents of 300 out of 300. We need to move some of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this stuff out so that we've got some room for the stuff that we're going to do. And this modular storage, we've got to remember, guys, that this is actually covered, and all of this is part of the system at the back there, so we can't really move it. Instead, what we're going to do is do something. I think we've got enough room around the back here. I'm not sure if we do. We might have to move this, but we should be okay on that front. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm also going to move... Is that in wrench mode? We'll soon find out. Yeah, it is. Good stuff. We're going to move this. Probably going to move that as well. So all of this, we're going to have to... Is that what I want? Yeah, it is. Look at that, guys. It's brilliant. Let's move that down there like that. And that needs to fit into there, doesn't it? So we should be able to just do something like this. Yeah, there we go. Now that's going to be fine. It gives us a little bit of room at the back right here as well, which is good. We're going to need a one of these logistical sorters. Ooh, pop that off. Have we got one in here? Logistical... No, we've not got any logistical sorters. Oh, I'm stuck in here. Thank you. I think we can do that. Logistical sorter. It would be helpful if I could actually spell today. Now, can we do one of them? No, we're missing a piston. Okay. Right, let's get rid of some of this stuff on here that we don't need. So let's get this piston. And we should be able to make one. Good. Just the one of them is what we need, but we're also going to get something from RFTools called a crafter. Now, I believe I'm going to go with tier 3. I don't think we need a tier 3, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to grab one of them. Machine frame. Need some crafting tables. A couple of them. Now, what we're going to be using for this, I've said in the past what we're going to be using it for, but there is a crafting tier 1. Oops. We are missing redstone torches and crafting tables, but that should be fine. I'll make a few of them because we might need it for the crafting tier 3 as well. Oh, they're all flying everywhere because it's goddamn dirt, look. There we go. Crafter tier 2. We've got one of them. And then a crafter tier 3. We've got one of them as well. Which is fantastic. Now, I believe we should be able, if we move this, we should be able to take this out and take this out and move this to here. And then we'll put that back in. Now, we should, I hope, be able to put that there and it'll start receiving ingots, which is brilliant. Now, with the logistical sorter, which I've left in here, there it is. Logistical sorter. Is that the advanced ones? Yeah, it is. Let's use some of this. So what this crafter is going to do is turn the ingots down straight away into blocks for me, and then we're going to store the blocks rather than the ingots because we've got so many ingots that it just makes sense. So we're going to double click to edit this recipe. Can we do that? Okay. We're going to change this into a block. So basically every osmium that comes into here, into this input slot, will get put into this recipe and changed into blocks. Now we're going to put that into fast mode, and result of crafting operation will go to the output buffer. Yes. It's not got power, look. Oh, damn it. That could be an issue. Well, not for much longer. Not for much longer. We're going to have to get some power cable, though. I forgot that it requires power to be able to do this. So, universal cable. Fantastic. I'm going to bring that along there. And I will put another cover on there as well. So, it will be fine. But that should, yes, there we go, look. Osmium blocks, they're all getting compressed down into osmium blocks, which is great. Now I'm actually going to take one of these osmium blocks. And the logistical sorter is going to go on the back here. And we're going to bend it around to there. Like that. It does, however, require that we do some filters in here. It really doesn't matter what colour we do them, because I'm just going to leave it as it is. Osmium block. Save. There we go. Now it's going to take out all of that and put them into here. And as you can see, somewhere, there we are, it's storing all of these, which is fantastic. We want to do something a little bit... Oh, I'm going to have to go around the front for this. We're going to have to do something else as well, because obviously we don't want to just do osmium blocks. There'll be a lot more things that come in here as well. So we need another one with another recipe. And we'll do copper blocks. Apply. Making a load of copper blocks, which is fantastic. I'll take the one. And, you know, it'd be a really good idea if I did something like this. Got that out of the way so I could reach this. A new filter, item stack, copper blocks, safe. So now it's going to move all the copper blocks out of there as well. And so on and so forth. Throughout what we're going to do here, guys, is just this. Eventually we will do this as well, but we're going to have to do a little bit of messing around on top of here. So this is going to go absolutely fine. We're going to change all of this. Let's take as much copper as we can. Like this. It does take power in which to do, but it's fine. There we go. And this should help us out with the amount of stuff that we've actually got sorted here. But this looks okay. I'm not sure why. That's not... Oh no, it is taking it out. We're fine. Brilliant. So, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to work between episodes on getting all of this compressed down into blocks and getting it all in block form rather than ingot form, because then we can send all of this iron ore through and stuff like that. But we've got tons and tons of resources, and we're going to go forwards. We're going to sort some stuff out, and we're going to do some other different bits and bobs as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I do apologise that it's taken a bit of a long time to get this particular episode recorded, let alone get it out. But that thing over there was frustrating the hell out of me. I decided to just leave it for a bit, come back and try to fix it at a later date when my head was a bit more clearer, and I did. So there we go. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, please go ahead and leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, I'll be the Softman as always. Stay safe.